All right. I think you know the rules. Robots paint, you guess. I give some clue along the way. And these tend to not get any easier or any harder as we go. We're just going to start with number 20. Oh, they go in years. So this is the most recent, well, not quite the most recent, but almost the most recent extinction. This species belonged to a deer family, but was much larger than modern deer. It roamed across Europe and Asia during the Ice Age. Its primary predators included early humans and large Ice Age carnivores. Oh, how'd you know? Good. Good answer. Stuart. Some scientists believe its enormous headgear may have played a role in its extinction. Oh, interesting. It had antlers spanning up 12 feet across, making it the largest deer species ever. And it is indeed, you are correct, the Irish elk. Who wants to give me the Latin scientific name? Let's see you get that. Who has the scientific name? This is the Megaloceros giganteus. Extinct for 7,700 years. 7,700 years ago. Despite its name, the Irish elk wasn't exclusive to Ireland. It lived across Eurasia. All right, next up. This one went extinct in 1914. This bird once formed the largest flocks in history, darkening the sky for hours. It was native to North America and played an important role in the ecosystem. Yes, tip of your tongue, I'm sure. I'm only going to accept the scientific names. By the late 1800s, its number had plummeted due to overhunting. The last known individual lived in a zoo. Her name was Martha, and she died in 1914, making the species extinct. This bird once darkened the skies for hours. Yeah, Stuart, correct. You are correct. Oh, no, that would be scary. Darkening the sky. The passenger pigeon. Ectopistus migratorius. Ectopistus migratorius. There you go. Number 18. Coming up. This marine mammal was a close relative of today's manatees. It was discovered by a naturalist in the Arctic waters of the Bering Sea. So this one went extinct in 1768. 1768. It had no ability to submerge, making it an easy target for hunters. Within just 27 years of its discovery, it was completely wiped out. It reached an enormous size. Some of these guys were over 30 feet long and weighed several tons, I bet. Yeah, chubby. Anybody know what this is? I'll give you the scientific name. It is the Hydrodomalus gigas. Hydrodomalus gigas. It has a more common name. It's called Steller's sea cow. Steller's sea cow. Rings a bell now, right? Unlike its modern relatives, the Steller's sea cow had no teeth, relying on tough lips to feed on kelp. No teeth, just tough lips. Now, some of these are going to be easy, some of these are going to be hard. Okay? Just the way it is. This animal was a subspecies of the plains zebra. Unlike zebras, it only had stripes on its head and neck, and it was brown in the back. It once roamed the grasslands of South Africa. It was hunted extensively by European settlers in the 19th century, extinct in 1883. The last known individual died in a zoo in 1883. Anybody know what the name of this guy was? I'm not even sure I'm going to attempt the scientific name on this one. Zebra, I like that. I like that. But that's incorrect. It's called the quagga. Does that ring a bell? Quagga. Quagga. And the scientific name is Equus quagga. There you go. The quagga is the first extinct animal whose DNA was analyzed, leading to an effort to breed it back using selective breeding. So they're bringing this one back. How about that? There you go. Number 16. This prehistoric creature looked like an armored tank. It was a close relative of modern armadillos. It roams South America during the Ice Age. Early humans likely used its massive shell for shelter. This thing is big. If you saw like a human next to this, the human isn't, it's about half as tall as it. It was the size of a small car, like a Volkswagen, with a club-like tail for defense. But it was a mammal. Despite its heavy armor, it was an herbivore. So it didn't eat people, so that's good. Anybody got a guess on this one? Does it ring a bell to anybody? Humans use the shell for shelter. It's the size of a Volkswagen. It's actually been extinct for a while. 10,000 years ago, it went extinct. So when the humans first started coming over to North America, it's called a glyptodon. A glyptodon, of course. And it doesn't need a scientific name because that's hard to know. All right, number 15. This one's kind of cool looking. This marsupial predator was native to Australia and Tasmania. It had a dog-like appearance, but was not a canine. It was also called the Tasmanian tiger due to its striped back. The last known individual, whose name was Benjamin, died in captivity in 1936, so relatively recently. It was one of the only marsupials where both males and females had pouches. Yeah, well, Tasmanian tiger is kind of correct. It has another name. Anybody want to guess what the other name is? Let's just say Tasmanian tiger was correct. You guys are both correct. And we'll move on. It was also called a thylacine. Thylacine? Thylacine. Thylacine. Okay. Extinct in 1936. Tasmanian tiger. Despite being declared extinct, people have seen them recently. So there you go. Maybe not. All right, number 14. This was the only seal species native to the Caribbean. It had no fear of humans, making it easy to hunt. That would make you easy to hunt. It was overhunted for its blubber, which was used to make oil. By the early 1900s, sightings were extremely rare. It was officially declared extinct in 1952. Well, doctor, that is actually correct. However, it has another little name that is a little more familiar. The Caribbean something seal. Caribbean blank seal is what I'm looking for. Unlike many seals, the Caribbean blank seal preferred warm tropical waters instead of cold environments. This is the seal that likes the warm water, like the rest of us, like the humans. Anybody have a guess? What else was it called? It's called a monk seal, but it is the Caribbean monk seal. Okay, there you go. Extinct in 1952. Pretty recent. Pretty darn recent. All right, I think you'll know this one. This is kind of familiar. In the extinction world, this large flightless bird lived only on one island. It had no natural predators until humans arrived. Sailors introduced rats and other invasive species that ate the eggs of this bird. Bummer. It became a symbol of extinction due to human impact. Yeah, that's how I remember it. This is the symbol of extinction. Yeah, correct, Stuart. You are correct. Good looking guy, right? Very strange looking bird. The closest living relative of the dodo is the Nicobar pigeon. Nicobar pigeon. Dodo, the Rufus cuculatus. Rufus cuculatus, of course. Extinct in 1681. So way back. First sailors got to see him, but that's it. Nobody else got to see him. Yeah. Number 13, the dodo bird. All right, we got 12 more. Here we go. This Ice Age giant was covered in thick fur for survival in cold climates. Its long curved horn helped it dig through snow to find food. It roamed Europe and Siberia alongside the mammoths. Mammoth, close. It's not a mammoth though. It was hunted by early humans as seen in prehistoric cave paintings. It disappeared at the end of the last ice age. Behemoth. I like that name. Is that a real name? This is the behemoth. No. Can you see the horn in the front, guys? Can you see that? Yeah, the doctor. Is that the other name for the woolly rhino? Is the behemoth? This is the woolly rhinoceros. Coleodonta antiquus. 10,000 years ago, it went extinct. Woolly rhino. There he is. He is woolly. Number 11. This guy's pretty cool. This was the largest eagle ever known. It's as tall as a man. It lived in New Zealand and preyed on large flightless birds. It had a wingspan of 10 feet. It went extinct after humans hunted its primary food source, the giant moa. Thai stew. Never heard of that. That sounds cool though. Anybody know? Anybody know? Legends among the Maori people, Maori people, sorry, I've said probably Maori people, describe a giant man-eating eagle. This is the man-eating eagle. Oh no. It went extinct in 1400, unfortunately. Yeah, Stuart. Very good. Very good. Is that somebody's name? Haas eagle? The scientific name is Hieratus mori. Okay, there you go. The host eagle. All right, next up. This flightless bird lived in the cold waters of the North Atlantic. It was an excellent swimmer, using its wings like modern penguins. It was overhunted for its meat, feathers, and oil. The last two recorded individuals were killed by collectors in 1844. It looked like a penguin, but it was not related to them. Really? Okay. Kind of looks like a penguin. Not related. Unrelated. This flightless bird lived in the cold waters of the North Atlantic. Gary Larson's penguin. This is known as the Great Auk. Ring a bell? A-U-K. Great Auk. The Great Auk inspired the name penguin for the birds of the southern hemisphere. How do you figure? Great Auk inspired the name penguin. Don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe you guys get it. Great Auk. Number 9. That was number 10. We're down to number 9. This guy was extinct in 1400 also. Went extinct at the same time as those big birds. These were enormous flightless birds native to New Zealand. Some species reached up to 12 feet tall, the tallest birds to ever live. They were completely defenseless against predators. Overhunting by the Maori led to their rapid extinction. I don't know, it's kind of abstract. I'm not sure the robot they're doing is getting good here, but can you imagine this guy 12 foot tall? That would be scary. They were the primary prey of the host eagle. We said it. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. It is the moa, otherwise known as Dinor nithiformis. Nithiformis. Extinct in 1400 CE. There you go. Moa had no wings at all, unlike most flightless birds that still have small wings. He didn't have any wings. How can you call him a bird? I guess he only has 2 legs. I don't know. I don't get it. All right. Let's look at this cool cat. This Ice Age predator was not actually a tiger. It had enormous curved canine teeth for taking down prey. It primarily hunted large mammals like bison and young mammoths. It lived in North and South America before vanishing. It is often depicted fighting mammoths in prehistoric art. So, I think, yes, Saber-Toothed Cat is the other name, but what's the familiar name of these guys? Saber-Toothed Cat is correct, but it has another name. Does anybody remember the other name for this character? It's kind of a cool name, actually. Anybody know? Going once, going twice. This is Mr. Smilodon. Smilodon. I love that name. Smilodon's bite was weaker than a modern lion's. Its killing technique relied on slicing rather than crushing. He was more of a slicer and a dicer. Okay. Number 7. This species lived in the Galapagos Islands. It was one of the longest living reptiles, surviving over a century. Looks like a dinosaur. This species declined due to overhunting and habitat destruction, like they all do. The last known individual was a global symbol of conservation. He only died in 2012, the last one. He lived for a long time by himself, though. His name was Lonesome George. Yes. Yeah, this guy's related to Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg's more of a lizard. This is more of a turtle. Poor Lonesome George. He never produced any offspring. Hence, they went extinct. I don't know if they were called giant tortoise. I think the giant tortoise are still around. This is the Pinta Island tortoise, also known as Chelonitis abingdoni. I think I butchered the Latin. Okay, well, we got to move on. We need to move on. This was the largest marsupial species to ever exist. It looked like a giant wombat or oversized koala. It roamed Australia during the Ice Age. Early human settlers may have contributed to its extinction. Some individuals grew over 13 feet long and weighed over 2,500 pounds. I don't think I'd like to see that. Aboriginal legends describe a creature called the bunyip, which may have been inspired by this guy. He went extinct a long time ago, though. 46,000 years ago. He's an ugly dude. I wouldn't like to see him if he's 13 feet long, though. That doesn't sound good. This was called a Diprotodon. Diprotodon. That rings a bell, right? Marsupial. Yeah, we're down to the top 5. I don't know if they're the top 5. The last 5 on my list. I guess going back in time the most. This was the largest shark species to ever live. It lived in the oceans around the world during the Miocene and Pliocene epochs. Miocene and Pliocene, if you're familiar with your epochs. It was an apex predator eating whales and giant fish. Yes, indeed. You are correct. Did you see the movie Meg? Was there a Meg and a Meg 2? I don't know if there's been a Meg 2. Meg, it wasn't a bad movie. It's kind of entertaining. His teeth were as big as a human hand. It grew up to 60 feet long, 3 times the size of a great white shark. Some people still believe Megalodon is alive today, but scientists have found no proof. Megalodon. Meg 2. Jason. Yeah. Good play. Megalodon. All right, number 4. This creature is not quite as scary. These creatures lived in the ancient oceans for over 270 million years. And I actually have a number of fossils from these guys. They were some of the first arthropods related to modern crabs and insects. They had hard exoskeletons that fossilized easily. Ah, that's the reason they're around. Okay. They disappeared during the Permian Triassic extinction. Now, that was the worst mass extinction in Earth's history. Permian Triassic extinction. No, not correct. It's not mollusks. Hey, walnuts. What's going on, man? What's going on? No, is that another name for him? I don't think so, Doctor. Oh, yeah, that is. I'm sorry. You are correct, Doctor. You are correct. Trilobite is indeed correct. Trilobite. They've been extinct for 252 million years, though. So if you're lucky enough to find a fossil, some trilobites had crystal-like eyes, giving them excellent vision in deep water. That's a little known fact. There's some trivia for you. Top 3. This prehistoric flying reptile lived during the late Cretaceous. I'm sorry. Didn't say that properly. Cretaceous. It was not a dinosaur, but a type of pterosaur. Pterosaur. You don't pronounce the P. Pterosaur. It had a massive wingspan of up to 33 feet. Its sharp beak was perfect for catching fish. Just dive down and stab them. The name means toothless wing, as it had no teeth. No teeth. Pterodactyl is not quite correct. I'm thinking this was pre-pterodactyl or post-pterodactyl, one or the other. Maybe this is the Pteranodon. But so Pteranodon. Pteranodon or pteranodon. It's been extinct for 66 million years, fortunately. All right, top 2 extinct animals. I think you'll know this one. These giant relatives of modern elephants roamed the Ice Age tundras. They had long, curved tusks that helped them forage in the snow. They coexisted with early humans who hunted them for food and materials. Correct, Stuart. You are correct. Some survived an isolated Arctic island thousands of years longer than mainland relatives. Some survived a long time. The last known population lived on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean until about 4,000 years ago. So they lived quite a while. Scientists are working on cloning the mammoths using preserved DNA. Yeah, that's what you were saying. They're very good. Yeah, that'd be cool, huh? Let's bring it back. Why not? Why not? Why not? They're doing a new Jurassic Park, right? We're going to have another one. There's a new Jurassic Park movie coming out. Speaking of that, number 1 with a bullet. This is one of the most famous dinosaurs of all time. It had tiny arms, but an incredibly strong bite force. It lived in North America during the late Cretaceous period. It could bite through bone with its powerful jaw. Yes. Yes, indeed. Its name means Tyrant Lizard King. And it ruled the prehistoric world. Yes, it did. T-Rex had excellent vision and a keen sense of smell, making it one of the most formidable predators in history. It can see you, and it can smell you. Now, they're not talking about the hearing. Does anybody know? Was their hearing good, too? Or I guess it didn't need to be. Excellent rendition, robots. That is a good T-Rex. Nice job. Nice job. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the extinct animals. So now the next two rounds are only 10 items each. So I kind of want you to pay attention to whether you kind of like 10 items only each. You probably will, because it's going to be harder. I wouldn't doubt, but you like it.